Hey. It's Thursday night, man. Thursday night, ATL Flag Football Podcast. Champions Edition. Champions Edition, man. As you can see, we got the ladies champions in the house.
In the house.
The one and only Storm is in the building.
Yes, sir.
Coach Smooth. What's up, man? How y'all doing?
We doing good. We feeling good.
I bet y'all.
Life is good.
So Smooth, we got some of your ladies here, man. Introduce. Well, hold on. I'm sorry. Got Mr. 5-Star Sports himself. He's kind of distracted over there. Got these wings and whatnot all in my nostrils, man. So it's kind of throwing my whole train of thought off.
What up?
What up, James? How we doing, man?
I'm doing good. Got in from a youth kiddie, taking care of the kids for Halloween, you know. Everybody looking for Mr. James. Mr. James, I couldn't let him down, but I'm here tonight. We're good.
Mr. James,
That's what they call
I know it's a comedy club, man, but I just had so much material.
That's what they
Mr.
call
James.
Mr. James.
We're gonna say that one.
It'd be so funny though because like I'm also the candy man, and so like some days when I'm coming home, they be in the back. The playground is right out back. And as soon as they see my car come into that driveway, man, they get the flying
Wide
to the door. I can't even get the door open. They be saying, "Mr. James, can we get a honey bun? Can we get an icy? Can we get a freeze pop?" I'm like, "Can I get in the house?"
Right. That's dope, though. That's dope. This is that time of the year for the kiddies, man. So, man, you wrapped up your women's league officially from I guess the return of the women's league to 5-Star Sports, man. How was that for you, brother?
You know, it was glad to have the ladies back. You know, I, having done it for so many years prior to, it was good to have them back over there. Just felt like they were right back where they.
What it's supposed to be. Just go. I'll say it for you.
I had to stop.
I'll say it for you. I saw you. I heard the freeze.
Because
they're back home, James. That's what it is.
Well, these days everything you say
Hey,
is
Dwayne.
just examined and taken out of proportion, and
Right.
it's a shot or it's messy or it's whatever.
I get it.
So, but it's glad to have them back.
Dwayne, get that fan out for me, man.
Yeah.
The cigar burn in my hand, but I try to respect the ladies. I always worry about James or Smooth.
Right.
But since we got ladies on the panel, I try to respect the ladies, you know what I mean?
Appreciate that.
Over there, Dwayne.
I don't worry about these men folk, but I gotta respect my ladies. So now I go back to what I was saying before, man. Smooth, introduce your ladies, man.
Well, first of all, thank you so much, James, for bringing the league back. And also Angela for hosting us at Uptown Company. If you haven't visited, please do so. I always have an awesome time. Every time I come, they treat me with great respect and they show me a lot of love. First and foremost, a player who needs no introduction. She is 00, our quarterback, Kazi. Next to her, we have Barbie, who is always smiling, having a great time, great personality. And we have Ty, one of the toughest players on the team. She plays O-line, D-line, or whatever we need her to do. So those are the players here today as we celebrate our championship in the fall.
That's what's up, man.
And, of course, we got our owner, Dunny, sitting next to me.
He won and only.
I'm just speechless.
Just speechless?
Yeah, I'm speechless.
Well, you gotta speak. You gotta speak today, Donnie.
Okay.
So
A little bit of something.
I'll start there. You've grown something. I mean, like literally, like fertilizer. You know what I mean? To see, and we've all, we witnessed the growth. Every season, you went through some. I'm sure a lot of trials, tribulations, some switch ups, some switcheroos, and all that good stuff.
I've been through a lot.
Yeah. So how does it feel to be right here at this point?
It feels real good. It feels real good. It's, my determination, my drive, and all that, it paid off. My patience and being persistent. This is just a great example of showing how it pays off if you continue to stick with it and don't let people deter you for what you want to do. So it's a very, very good feeling. Excuse me. It's a very, very good feeling. I'm just, I'm elated. It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
When you finally get to this position, especially when you see your dream come true and your vision and stuff like that. So
The vision.
yeah, my
How about
vision.
that? The
Yeah.
vision, though. You know what I mean? It's one thing to have a dream, but have that vision.
Have that vision.
It's-
Have that vision.
yeah.
You gotta have that vision.
Gotta have that vision.
You gotta have that vision.
That's
Keep
dope.
going.
So this isn't your first league championship.
No.
But what's the difference between this one and the one the ones you won before?
The difference between this one and those is the team that we played, APOC, as long as I've been in the league and as long as they have been in the league, the Storm has never beat them. And I would say, as far as scoring, we probably just one touchdown, nothing, past that. So this one was just a very, very elated championship victory because that was one of my goals. You got to beat APOC, but I didn't think that it would happen in a championship game. So that what really makes it very, very, very special when you do it there. When you do it there.
Well, speaking of that championship game, let's run through the scores and the games that got us there.
There you go. Let's do that.
So we started out the day with our first game. We had Atlanta Storm over at McNair against the Atlanta Rage. This was a different game, Angelo. I don't think I've ever seen a game intentionally coached like this before. And what I mean by that is, so the coach came, then he decided he wanted to go to the racetrack. He was like, he good. And he left. And then he came over to Carver. And he's like, y'all know what to do.
Huh?
And the ladies, that game was 33-0. And the ladies self-coached themselves in that game. So we're going to start there. Tell us about that. Normally, when a coach is not there, you have a lot of arguments when things go wrong. If there's a bad play, there's fighting for playing time, there's deciding who they're going to listen to. How did that work for you guys?
So I'll go first. I feel like I remember the moment that we realized Smooth wasn't there. And there was a moment that if we don't get it together, when he do get here, he gonna cuss us out. So there was a shift in the leaders on the team definitely was like, okay, we know what to do. So offense was like, okay, let's start running routes. This is what we're gonna do. This is gonna start. We look to the center, okay, what's the O-line you gonna send out here first? What you want the rotation to be? Tree stepped up because we was missing a lot of people from defense, so we had to put people in positions they don't typically start at. And so as a team, we said, we know what we said we wanted to do today. In order to do it, we got to step up. Coaches here or not, we know what to do. And then we trusted our veterans and captains to do what they were supposed to do. And so we all just said one band, one sound. Our only goal is today is to win. And then once we were winning by a certain amount, we was like, hey, what you want to play today? You ain't seen the field? Today is your time to get some play time. So a lot of the vets and starters was like, I ain't got to be out there. You said you wanted to play this position. Here's your opportunity. And so I feel like any team, we have our ups and downs, but we're a family. And so when you're a family, when we already up, we all want to win. It's the time to let other people play. It's the time to remind people that it's bigger than ourselves. So when people are getting upset, hey, you said as a leader, it's bigger than your emotions right now. It's about the team. And so that's what it came down to. And honestly, we was just having fun. And I say all the time, I tell Smooth and my teammates, when we're having fun, we play our best game, no matter who we playing. As soon as we get tight and we get stressed and we worry about who we playing against, everything goes downhill. But when we just having fun and we like, what we gonna run today? We do what we supposed to do.
Well, I was going to ask Kazi. I know as a quarterback, you normally have command of the offense, but you normally have your coach there, so being there and you've had to control the whole offense all by yourself, call the plays, make the how was that different for you than when it's normally coached there? What did you see differently having that pressure on you all by yourself?
Yeah, I didn't feel like it was pressure. I said we knew what to do, show up. I think we allowed everybody to kind of mentally engage on their own. Like we had people off, with their headphones in. We had people off doing laps. We had people off stretching. And then we all came together and we stretched. Said free stretch. Then we got right into it. And I think the way that everybody got into it mentally set the tone for the whole day. So with him not being there, we didn't hear his voice yelling, but we all knew what to do. And it was a true testament of what I believe is a D1 team, what you can do when your coach is not there. Same way you go to work. When you're a good employee when your supervisor ain't around. What you do when they're not there. So yeah, we came out, we locked in, we did what we need to do. We tried to put offense on the field first. Lil T took it back, and that backfired. He took the whole thing back because our whole defense wasn't there. So we put offense on the field first, give defense a little time. She ran it back the first play. So
Okay.
still had to throw defense out there. But yeah, it was. I think he showed up somewhere in the middle of the second half. I think everybody was like, "What you doing here? What's going on? What you doing here?" So we knew what we had to do. We took care of business.
When you realized he wasn't going to be there, did you get nervous?
Actually say I was the one that called Smooth. Okay, so let's start there. Everybody looked at me and was like, call Smooth. So I'm calling Daniel, and I should have known that he was going to be on the phone and was like, you already know what to do. You already know to take care of it. And everybody's yelling at me, and I'm like, I'm just a messenger. So I'm like, just suit up, Midway, when he came down the steps, we cussed him out and told him to go back to the car. He kept walking down the steps. By the time he got down the steps, we was actually able to, I think we kind of mercied that game, right? Yeah, we was able to mercy the game. So, once he got there, we was like, the job's done. I mean, if you want to take over, you can, but the momentum was so high that we carried that momentum all the way through the end of the championship.
Was that your first mercy rule?
No.
No.
Okay.
Maybe that day, but no, not in
First
general.
one in 5-star I can recall.
Okay.
Yeah.
And over a D1 team.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Rage is D1.
Oh, awesome.
Okay. So we ended that score with the 33-0 victory for Storm. Over at Carver, Georgia Vibe took on Ground Zero. Ground Zero is Storm's other team, the Storm family. Okay. This was their first season in the league, first season in existence. And they still came into the playoffs and were not the bottom seed. They were the number 5 seed. So I thought that was an accomplishment all in itself. And then they went up against Georgia Vibe, who first season in the league under that name. But some of the players are new. Some of them have some experience or whatever. So it was a hard-fought game. Vibe was able to take that game 13-6. But, the ladies of Georgia, Ground Zero, I definitely want to commend them for all of the accomplishments and, milestones that they did. I don't think I recall a brand spanking new team, especially not in the women's league, to come in and win, 4 or 5 games?
4 games.
4 games in the first season to make the playoff. That's unheard of.
That's impressive.
Because, in the men's league, we have people come in and go 0-10. Every season is almost a new team going 0-10. Quarterbacks be having 4.2 speed, coming from bomb systems and, wanting to take over, but it don't quite work out. So definitely was a big accomplishment for the ladies. Vibe moved on from that game. And then the next game we had Bama Phi and Code Red. Bama Fire won this game 14-0, what I don't think anybody was surprised about. But the surprise in this game was if Code Red had produced any sort of receiver in that game, we might have had a different game because that quarterback was running all over Bama.
Really?
She was running all over. And then she turned around and was playing defense and was out there making stop after stop. You know, she was taking that jet sweep and just, you know, getting through it. So I commend her. And, you know, I think that Code Red has something to build towards. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but of course, Bama prevailed. Mm-hmm. And it's no slight to Bama. Of course, we did expect them to win. They won. Mm-hmm. But I just think that that young lady put herself on notice in the league.
That's what's up.
So, so we go over to our semifinals. We had Georgia Vibe matched up against APOC. This is APOC's first game of the day. I think APOC, you know, came in and did what everybody expected them to do. Wow, Georgia Vibe, again, they had a great run this season. But I think the experience of APOC just went ahead and overwhelmed them in this particular game. APOC won that game 21-0. And then we go down to the other semifinal, which was Bama Fire against Atlanta Storm. Now, I don't know if you guys recall, but on the podcast when we were picking, I know you went with the experience, Dwayne with the experience, but I said it's really hard to beat a team 3 times in one season. So I said I wouldn't be surprised if Storm pulled this one out. They pulled it out. Now, I am very much surprised at the score. I was not expecting Storm to come out there and beat Bama 24-6. And totally, you know, which category was that, a 4 or 5? I mean, you know, it is what it is because, again, all of their games this season have been close. Storm lost by less than a touchdown. I think it was 3 points or less in all 4 of the games between Bama and APOC. So yeah, Storm took that one 24-6.
Wow.
And then had to go in and play APOC again, back-to-back with no rest. So this was another tall order for them. You know, they just, you know, beat Rage, then they beat Bama.
And during the season, Bama beat y'all.
Bama and APOC swept them both games.
Well, Bama by 1 point.
Okay, so for this rematch, then y'all felt fairly confident, I'm assuming, that adjustments were made based on the previous. Or, I mean, were the ladies up for it? Were there any concerns about this team or what?
Well, just to highlight, we lost to APOC twice by 1 point in the season. And as a coach, as an owner, you know how that feels. We felt as though, and I didn't sleep that night, I'm pretty sure Kazi didn't either. So just to let you know, I did show up for the Rage game, but a quarterback who can lead, got veteran players. We model ourselves after winning teams. And the players lead teams. As coaches, we just try to put them in the best position. But ultimately, it's up to them to see it through. But we lost to APOC twice by 1 point. And we felt as though we should have beat them. No, not APOC. I respect Jimmy. He's a dear friend to me. He's been a good mentor to me. So has Milton. And I know he's in a rebuilding stage right now. We've been there, done it 3 or 4 times. So there's no nobody felt sorry for us. So, but just to make a key note there. But we felt as though we were there. I think the biggest thing to us, honestly, we lost in the championship game in Lewis. And we dominated every team we played pretty much until we got to that championship game. And, you know, when you look at your team and they look like, you know what, they were hurting, I was hurting, and they felt like we should have played better. And I think that propelled us to get to Sunday. That was a hard loss for us. You know, we felt all the wave of emotion, and we thought we could see that through. And for them to look at me, I'm looking at them like, hey, we didn't play our best, and we lost to a better team that day. But don't get it twisted. We didn't think that we were the lesser than. It was just they were the better team that day. And I tell the team all the time, we're the favorites in every game we play, no matter who we play. And some people heard that like, well, that's just a Storm. No, we feel that way. Because if we don't feel that way, how the hell are we going to be champions? How are we going to get to that D1 status and win? It's all mental. 80% of the game is mental. So I tell the team that, and I mean that. I see them in practice. I see them go at each other. I've seen the evolution of 00, Kazi, our quarterback. And when you see that in practice and you see that during games, we lost by 1 point twice to APOC. We lost by 1 point and 3 points to Bama. So we feel though as though we're not the underdog. I remember listening to the podcast, and the slogan was, "Who's going to upset APOC in the championship game?" And I told the team that was the slogan. Who's going to upset APOC in the championship game? And they have dominated the league in Bama for the last 7-8 years. I understand that. But we feel as though it's a new sheriff in town, and it's the Storm. And no slight to any other team. We know everybody going to come at us, and we welcome that. We built for that, and we want that. It's only going to make us better. You know, we put so much pressure on these ladies. I put so much pressure on Kazi. We go at it. We disagree. But that's what you expect out of your franchise quarterback. I'm pretty sure you go through that as well with Amos. Absolutely. So it is. But she wants to be the best in the game, not just in Atlanta. This young lady wants to be the best in the game. That's how she talks. That's how she walks. That's how she feels. And if she feels that way, it's kind of like fire. It's going to spread throughout the team.
Right.
And so we knew we were close, and we felt as though we just needed that extra thing to get over the hump. And that comes with maturity, experience, and IQ. That's what separates D1, D2, and D3. Not only for the women, but also the men's league. Right. That IQ what separates the difference. And we felt as though talent-wise, we were already there. We just need to get the IQ part. We took a tough loss at Lynn Lewis in the championship game, and we came out. I was so proud of those ladies. I walked down the field, like, Smooth, go home. It was 33-0. I'm like, well, okay. I got my coffee. I'm feeling good. But that whole day, Sunday, it just felt as though offensively, the command was there. Kazi and I saw the field. We did not have our OC. And, you know, people make excuses about who wasn't there. We had 2 star players that weren't there either. No one said that. Three. Nooney went down 2. No one said we don't make excuses. You know, good team found a way, regardless of the fact. So I feel as though we knew we were close, and we finally in the playoffs, we did that. And our quarterback said these teams beat us twice. They're not going to beat us 3 times. I think James alluded to that. It's hard to do that.
Sure.
And we're a legit team in our own right. So it's hard to beat us 3 times, and I'm so proud of these ladies. Yeah.
That's what's up.
We have some comments. I just want to shout out some of the people. Somebody said, "Let's go Storm." Billy said, "Leave this winning hat on." And then he said, "Congratulations, Storm." Natalie says, "Storm" from Nooney. Lamb Dedicated says, "Family love." Natalie said, "We did that." Quintez says, "Shorty in the blue jean outfit. I think I'm your biggest fan."
Barbie gets that a lot, by the way. Everywhere we go, everybody knows who she is.
Thank you, Quintez.
Rashad said, "Congratulations." Billy said, "And Rebels," but I don't know what you mean by that. If you want to elaborate.
Oh, we can.
No, I'm talking to Billy. But so APOC and Storm meet in the championship. Up until the 2-minute warning, it was 16-0. I was watching that game. I was really impressed at how you guys pretty much handled that. And you know, APOC got the ball back on that 2 minutes. And I mean, as a veteran team, you know, they're going for it.
Absolutely.
You know, watching it from the sideline, I knew the next pass was going to be a bomb. And it was a bomb, and they got pass interference that, you know, I have to restudy that tape on that one.
Right.
But
it happens.
It took them down into scoring position, and then they scored on the next play. And then they went for the onside kick, got the ball right back. And so, but that's when I think Storm defense clamped down and was like, okay, we're not letting this slip away. And then ended the game 16-6. So
that was 16. Talk about the 16 real quick. How did y'all jump out on them so fast?
Yeah, we took the momentum from Bama game, from Rage game. We went in there at the beginning of the game. I always shake out my teammates' hands in the first huddle, and I told them in the huddle, I said, "We're finna beat these people. We're finna beat them." And you can see people nodding at the beginning of the film saying, yeah, we are, like they was in agreement. So I think, kudos to Smooth for saying that we wanted to see Bama and APOC twice in the season. Like, we don't care about going to no playoffs 9-1, 8-2. We don't care about that.
Right.
I'd rather go 0-10 and win championship and go 10-0 and lose. It don't mean nothing to me. Regular season games. We did that in preparation to get better, to challenge ourselves, and that's what we did. So going into that game, I know some of APOC players personally. I know some of Bama players personally, and nobody had us picked to go to the championship game. But that's okay, because we wanted the route that we took. Went through Bama. Ain't no excuse. We went through both of them. So what can you say now?
Absolutely.
Ric Flair said it best. In order to beat a man, you got to beat the man. That's what Ric Flair
I
said.
also want to say, like, when we talk about missing 3 starters to start the game, we had people go down. And I'll say one thing about Storm, like, we train the next man up to be prepared to be the starter. So, like, you cannot be a starter and still the expectation is we should never have a drop-off. So we had a lot of people playing positions that, like, they wouldn't have been the starter or the go-to for. And I say that says a lot to Donnie and Smooth that, like, we ain't got to have, because as a line woman, I think it's like, we got 7 people on the O-line. Like, it's a lot of us. Like, but the expectation is no matter where you are, like, in the lineup, you should be prepared to start. Like, because there shouldn't be a drop-off when you go into the game. And I think when we have, like, a championship game when people are hurt and couldn't play that day, or people, like, get hurt and go, like, are out the game, like, to know the person you put in, you got just as much faith in as you got in yourself, that, like, the same expectation is there. Like, if you on the O-line, ain't no sacks. You on defense, like, they trying to goose egg everybody they see. Like, so I will say that's something that we got to credit to Smooth, that, like, no matter who's on the field, we feel confident. If you got on the Storm jersey, you know your assignment and you going to produce. And there's no excuse like, oh, this is our second or third line. No, the same expectation stands. We're going to get on the field and we're going to do what we're supposed to do.
So, Donnie, you guys, we identified a Storm with yellow and black. You popped out in pink. Tell us about that.
Popped out in pink. Well, we celebrating breast cancer awareness.
Mm-hmm.
The young ladies on the team, they wanted jerseys for the breast cancer awareness. So Kazi and T, they handled it, and the jersey looks good.
Yeah, it does. It does. Okay. Billy said that he meant APOC, Bama, and Rebels have been winning the most for a few years. Rashad said Storm been doing their thing too. They've been winning. They didn't win nationals.
Said, didn't they win nationals?
Didn't they win nationals? Talk your ish, Ty. So what's the next goal for Storm, Daniel?
Well, a lot of times when people say Daniel, they're like, "Who you talking about?" Yeah, everybody know me as Smooth. Sometimes we often get caught up into, social media and what's going on in the world, our personal lives, and we're no different than no other team. We all face challenges, and I think that Ty made a good point. When we get in practice, there should not be a drop off. There should not be a drop off. When someone else comes in, somebody got to pick that up. Our next goal right now is to win Halloween Havoc. Well, Havoc now, since Halloween is today. That's our next goal. We're in the open division. We understand the teams that are in it, and we welcome the challenge. Kazi alluded to we wanted to play APOC and Bama twice, and I told the team that before the season. I think I reached out to you, Jane, personally. I said, those are the team we want to play twice. Not that, we're arrogant. We just know those teams are a really good team. They're very well coached. Jimmy has, won forever, and Lane before that. Me and Coach Lane and Coach Jimmy got great relationships along with Coach Milton. But I felt as though those two teams can make us tougher, make us more efficient, and sharpen iron. Our next goal is to win Havoc. We're not putting anything before that. That's next on the agenda. And after that, of course, is nationals. Our goal is to be a dominant D1 team. That's our ultimate goal. Dunn and I set that goal 3 years ago when I took over as head coach. But we want to get to the D1 level. There's no other arena that we need to get to but that. And I think the players feel that way. I know 00, Kazi feels that way. We want to get to that stage, and we got to go through the challenges. 1 D3, now we got to go through D2. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy by no stretch of the imagination. We're going to have tough games ahead. We're going to have tough games next weekend in Havoc, I'm sure. But our goal is ultimately to win D2 in Nationals this year and walk into D1 ready for whatever. We're battle-tested. We've been in several championship games, and I tell the team all the time, there's no moral victories in life. But there are. But I don't want them to we got to a championship game that's not good enough. You know, no one remembers who finished second to anything. You look at the Olympics, you look at the NBA Finals, nobody remembers who they beat to win. You know, they just remember who the champions are. So I don't want this mediocrity to set in that we made it to a championship game. That's great. That's an awesome accomplishment. But at this stage in the game, with the players we have, the leadership we have, that's not good enough anymore. We need to win them. Life is so short. It's hard to get to these championship games, and now we expect to win them. And I'm sure we're going to face challenges up down the road. Of course we are. We know that. Well, I see the messages. I got a lot of messages from coaches and stuff like that. I understand. But we ready for it. And we're going to go out there and compete against anybody that we play against. And I tell the team, we are the favorites every time we play. Why? It's how we execute. It's what we don't do that costs us the game. And they have to go into every game feeling that way. And so our next goal is to win Havoc. That's our next goal is open. That means we open to anybody who want to lace up in front of us. We're going to play y'all, and we'll see what happens in the end. So that's our next goal. And I'm sure my players and definitely my quarterback feel the same way.
I like it.
Who was your pick for the? I don't remember. I saw the podcast. Who said we gonna win it all?
I mean, I honestly said from the beginning, I said APOC's the team to beat until somebody beats them.
Okay.
That's what I said. All right. Until somebody beats them.
That's how it goes.
Y'all beat them. You know what I mean? So you come in as the new favorite, but you know, you got to go. Historically, you go with teams that are winning until somebody can show that they can knock them off. But you know, like I know, most teams win prior to the game. You know what I mean? Because teams are intimidated. You know, they worry about, we playing APOC. Apparently, y'all have now developed the attitude that, you know, APOC is playing us. And that changes everything. You know what I'm saying? So, respect. I give nothing but respect to y'all. You know what I mean? Especially because I've seen, you know, we've sat back and just watched the growth of the organization. So I have nothing but respect.
We appreciate that.
Real talk. I enjoy it. Congratulations.
I do want to say, last time we was on this podcast, we pretty much realized, like, the targets on our backs, like, for sure. And Smooth reminds us, like, all the time. And Donnie, you know, motivates us with, like, the targets on our backs. And that goes for, like, champions as well. And we knew that after Nationals, going into regular season, spring season, any tournament, especially when we go out of town, like, we're just going to be the team to see, the team to beat. Like, it's a lot of times we're in the championship and everybody that's not playing or in between playing, like, they're coming to watch us play. So it's very motivating just in between time and just always knowing that, like, even though, like, you know, like you said, like, you know, who's going to beat them, 9 times out of 10, there's somebody saying, like, I want to see if they can do it. So,
yeah. Absolutely. But it's very satisfying, though.
Oh, extremely. Extremely. We just going through the season, I think, and the peaks and valleys of a season. You know, players playing hurt, you know, dealing with life. Those things happen, and these ladies are so persistent. You know, it's kind of like watching your kids grow up and now they're making their own decisions. But the maturity, especially at the quarterback position, is something that I'm pretty sure you've seen over the years. When you see the same thing your quarterback sees, it's just amazing. The check downs, the runs, just the decision making, just awesome. And I think as a team we grew. You kind of look to your left like that person out here. You look to your right. Who else gonna make a play? Right. And so the whole Sunday, the whole playoff, we were very calm. There was no panic. And even in the huddle, as we called a timeout, it was just calm. Okay, what we gonna do next? And I think Kazi rubbed off on me. I went for it on 4th down. I don't know how many times.
I was gonna bring that up.
That comes from confidence. We just kept going for it. She looked at me like, yeah, we going. But I understood the opponents.
Right.
APOC, they're gonna score. They well coached. Jimmy is an excellent coach.
Sure.
They got talent. So we had to make sure, hey, we got to go for it now. We got to go for it now against Bama, Coach Lane, and that team. You got to go for it now. You can't play, I don't want to lose the game. You got to play to win the game.
Right.
And the evolution of the relationship, me and Kazi developed the trust that she going to make that decision. And we made a couple of adjustments, and she made some hell of a throws. Some of those throws, you go, wow. You don't see those in the men game. Yeah. I'm just giving her respect. But yeah, just incredible decision making, and we went for it a lot of times. We had to go for it, man, and we're gonna go for it. We're gonna go for the win. We'll live with the consequences, right. But we won't give everybody our best shot because I know everybody come to give us their best shot. So that's what it is.
That's what's up.
I remember in the huddle, Smooth saying, "What we got to lose." He was like, "Nobody picked us to win."
Exactly.
So we were playing like what we got to lose versus. I don't know, we weren't playing scared. We was playing like what we got to lose, like worst case scenario. If we lose, nobody picked us to win. So right. We were playing with no pressure. Like whatever we do or don't do, what we got to lose, like nobody picked us to win. So I feel like it made it easier.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about that. We went for it a lot of times on 4th down. Like a lot of times where like when I go back and I watch the film, you can see players hands on their hips on defense breathing because we kept the first series. I think we started on our own 25, got a holding on the 1st down. We moved back to the 15, and we marched all the way down the field and scored. So we went for it, I think, every time on 4th down. So it was good to have the confidence from the coaches have to say, hey, we're gonna keep going forward.
Sure.
And we was able to convert. Sometimes you can't get 7 yards play. Sometimes you get 5. You get 5 and 4. You still getting 1st down. So it was good to have that confidence. So I appreciate you for having that. Like I said, we was missing wide receiver 1, DB 1, safety 1, and to still have that confidence in the offense and say we're gonna go for it on 4th down.
Yeah,
it was big. We feel it, like, cause we know when we're like, oh man, it's 4th and 2. He want to punt. What?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He says 4th and 5. He's like, we going for it. Let's go.
I like it.
Rich Fella says that's an A-League favorite excuse to say they were missing players when they lose. Rashad says, I don't know. Smoke Dog said, the Storm had my favorite girls, is now my favorite girls team. And
Tell them, ladies.
Ladies.
And Rich Fella said, it's showtime. Who is Rich Fella, Low? I don't know who that is. But okay. So.
Well, thank you for all the shout outs on the internet. On Facebook. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
We so now coming into the spring, you will be the defending champions. And all eyes will be on you.
Target just got a little bigger.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Target just gets a little bit bigger, that's all.
It's just gonna make us better. And I'm pretty sure Angelo with Shockwave, they were people's target for years. So you welcome that. We're not gonna bat an eye, and 00 gonna keep pulling that trigger. Trust me.
There it is. That's what's up. Congratulations, ladies.
Any parting thoughts you want to say? Any words you want to leave the people with?
Oh wow.
Talk to your fan club.
Oh my God. I want to say it's always an honor playing for Storm. The fact that I don't know. I think around Nationals I only had like 2 rings. Oh, thank you. Around Nationals I had 2 rings. Currently I have 6, and I'm still just a rookie. That just goes to show the talent, the coaching, the ownership. I had to brag a little bit, but
nothing wrong with that.
But I mean, it just goes to show, because every time I get reminded that before I got here, that people not only counted Storm out, but Storm just wasn't performing as well, and it showed in the results. So now it's like you just never even knew that was ever a thing. Like, it just seems like it just started out well and it just keeps building. So I'm just glad to be here. So.
I just say keep watching. Like we're gonna continue to ride the wave. We're gonna continue to work hard. We're gonna continue to play together. We're gonna continue to like follow Storm, like Smooth's leadership. So when he say there's no drop off, like the standard for Storm is it don't matter what your position is on the depth chart. We're going to like the expectation is you're going to play. You're going to be able to hold up the same standard as the person in front of you. We're going to continue to play together and work together as a team. And whoever lays up in front of us, like, we don't play scared. Like, and I think that's one of the things, like, as an organization, we're taught, like, it's any given Sunday. It's next man up. Like, we're going to play our best ball and we're going to see, like, what the score is at the end of the game. Like, we're no longer the underdogs. Like, people now look forward to seeing us play, and we up for the challenge.
Who is I am dedicated?
_4. Who is that? She play for y'all.
Oh, that's Chew.
Yeah, I'm like, ain't that true?
Yeah, that's Chew.
What she says, we will be the first Atlanta team to beat.
Lady Elite and Nationals.
Oh, okay.
She's speaking Donnie Dreams right there.
All right.
Let me say, I'm
Coming in hot.
First off and foremost, that's a tall order. I don't want to get on here and do what somebody else, another coach did. Then they got like blew out the water for talking crap about Lady Elite. But you know, any given Sunday, yeah. Shout out to Key Webb. That's my A1. So I guess my closing thoughts. I want to like say I appreciate you, Smooth. Appreciate you, Dunny. When I first came to Storm, I was a wide receiver. My first fall season, went through a lot of quarterbacks. Maybe like 4 that fall season, and then our quarterback at Nationals left, and that was the biggest blessing ever because they allowed me to go off a quarterback. So I converted to a quarterback, watched a ton of film, just got better, you know. And I appreciate y'all giving me an opportunity. A lot of people they wrote Storm off. It's a beginner team. It's it's where you go just to start. Nobody stays there. That's a lie. We ain't gonna sit at nobody else's table. We built our own. We built our own.
Built our own table.
Like that.
We built our own. And I told you at the Nationals, I'm gonna be back. So January when I'm sitting over there by you,
That's
I'm
right.
coming back. I'm coming back.
That's what's up.
Okay.
I like it. I like it. That's what
Stay
you said.
tuned.
That's what
Stay
you said
tuned.
now. That's what's up.
Y'all got anything y'all want to say before y'all leave?
All I can say is, it's been a hard road for those that knows me, that seen me. James, you've been around me for a minute, and I don't like when people kind of like shrug us off. I feel some kind of way about that because to become a champion, to become a great team, you got to go through the process. You got to go through the ups and downs. Through it, you got to go through it. No great champion has never been through no obstacles. All great champions went through some type of obstacles. I want to thank these ladies for appreciating to be willing to go through the obstacle, to go through the process, because that's what it is. It's a process. Our next step is, to be a D1 team. I mean, when I started doing flag football, I wasn't doing flag football just to be doing flag football. I wanted to have an impact and help grow women's flag, and we're heading in that direction to do that. So I want to thank these ladies for believing in me, believing in the vision. I want to thank Smooth for saying yes to becoming my head coach, because I saw it in him. I saw that coaching thing in him, so I was like, he got to be a head coach. He got to be the coach. And he said yes. So I really appreciate that on him. I'm a handful. I'm a handful. But I just got a vision, and I'm gonna stick to that vision and just grow the Storm. Now we got Ground Zero under our wings, and there's a lot of great young ladies on that team that got a lot of potential. So they heading in the right direction as well. So thank you, James. Thank you, Amos, for having us on the podcast, and We'll be back out here. We'll be back on here again.
I believe it.
I would just say that we know there's a tough road ahead. I think we know that. That's why sometimes practice, the ladies get mad at me for certain drills we do. They do them anyway. But there's a tough road ahead, and we know that. We understand that, and we're ready for it. And I think that the important thing that anyone that comes to our Storm practice that wants to join our team need to understand, to get to the top, it's a process. And if you're not trying to get to the top, this ain't the team for you. That's what our goal is. And we know the road. We know it's tough. And we welcome that. And I appreciate the players for all the dedication, all the stuff they go through just to come to practice sometimes. I really appreciate that. And I love all of them. And I give them hell, but also embrace them at the same time. But our goal is to get to the top. And whoever lays up in front of us, they're going to get this work. That's what it is.
That's what it is. You heard that firsthand. There we go.
Mr. Tone said he's looking forward to watching y'all at Havoc and continuously. So, and great job.
All right, well,
Hey,
thank
man.
you ladies for coming out.
Absolutely. Congratulations one more time, Storm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I got a funny feeling.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
That's the goal. Let's go.
We appreciate
Congratulations,
y'all.
man.
We appreciate y'all. Thank you,
Absolutely.
D'Angelo.
Absolutely.
Y'all come to Uptown Comedy Club.
Come on down.
Cool spot. Y'all
Make sure
come.
y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel too, man. Everybody watching right now, take the time to go ahead and subscribe
And like,
as we, like, share, and subscribe as we transition over to the next team. That's what we doing.
yeah, we'll
Okay.
take about a 1
I
minute.
see Rook is in the building
transition.
over there, so all blinged up and whatnot.
See,
We'll talk
you.
about this here in a minute.
thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank y'all, Storm. Part two of ATL Flag Football Podcast, Champions Edition. And as you can see, man, we got Joe World is in the building. Joe World, the Pro Division 8-man champions. Coming from the 2 spot, right? I'm trying 2 spot. Yeah. So, got, of course, you know, that guy they call Rook. That guy they call Rook is in the building, man. He's all iced up, man. Rook, go and introduce everybody real quick.
To the right, you got my wife, Stephanie. Then to the left, you got my cousin, Jalen. Then you got my boy, Smooth.
That's what's up, man. All right, James.
All right.
Talk us through it.
So we kicked off our pro division in the second half of the day because this was the real focus of the playoffs for the week. We only had 6 teams to make it through, and it was a hard-fought battle for those teams. So we'll start off with our number 3. Well, what do we start first? Yeah. So our 2:15 game at McNair, we had the Predators at Shockwave. It seemed like that was a good battle game, back and forth. I left after you guys went up by the 2 touchdowns, I think, because I felt like I needed to go over to where I needed to be because I didn't think there was going to be a comeback. They did score more points than I see. They ended the game 22-16. You guys took that one. So, you want to talk about that?
Should have been 22-14.
Did Billy miss the kicks?
Yes.
Oh. Well, let me update this score, Billy. My bad.
It was 22. He made one, he missed one.
Okay.
So yeah, it should have been 22-14 with the final score. We missed our first kick, and then they made their first, and they went up 8-6, and then we scored a couple more times. But it should have been 22-14 was the final. But it was a good game early on. It was crazy. We scored like in 2 plays, 3 plays. Should have been 2 plays, but we had an inadvertent whistle by Hurd over there because Charles broke out a deep bomb on the first play of the game, and when he caught it, both of them went up. Charles came down with it, made a spin move. When he made the spin move, Hurd blew the whistle, and there was no flag on. So Charles had scored, but because of the inadvertent whistle, we had to bring it back.
I was there for that.
Yeah.
It was like around the 5 or 10 or something like that.
Yeah. So we ended up scoring, 2 plays later, and I said we missed the first one because Ashley just got there, and we had no warm-up snaps, and first snap went right to the ground, so we didn't get a chance to kick it. They went and scored on the very first play. They went right over the top, but it was blown coverage from our secondary. It was misunderstanding on the coverage. They took advantage of it. But after that, I think we took control of the game. We made the necessary adjustments. We know what to expect, from that particular team, and we know what the deep threats are for them. And so yeah, but it was a good game. It was what we expected from us and Predators. But they beat us the last 2 times, so I told y'all the other day, they beat us 2 times in a row, man. That junk had to end. So yeah. So anyway, that's how that one went down, man. But we did roll on offense. We scored on every drive but one. And yeah, that was it. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Billy said his kid was
bad toe wheel.
Billy said
What you say?
Billy said he missed the kick because of a bad snap. It wasn't him because he doesn't miss. So he said it was a bad snap.
Gotcha.
And then what happened? There was something with some illegal flags.
Illegal flags. On whose part?
Which side are you talking about, Billy? Your side or Shockwave? And then he said, but not the short threat. I don't know what he's talking about. But
I don't know what he talking about. We ain't no illegal flag. We don't have no illegal flags. They were complaining about our flags. They wanted to change them from the people who had blue.
Oh,
blue on. That's the only thing
yeah. I remember I corrected that. It was just one person, though.
Yeah, it was one person. So
Okay.
that's the only thing I know about.
Okay. But anyway, so moving right along, on the other side, we had YB versus Georgia Smoke. Number 4, YB. Number 5, Georgia Smoke. That's ironic that they played each other in the first round as they closed out the season. They played one another. YB took that game under some controversial circumstances. So it was only fitting that they would play each other again to open up. And it was a close game. I think YB missed their extra point. Smoke didn't. And Smoke took that one 8-6.
So it was the close game we expected it to be.
Yes. Yeah. So I didn't see it because I was over there with y'all, but the score tells the story in that one.
It was a good game.
It's a good game. Who went up first? Gas went up first. Okay. Was YB was it YB loaded or was they?
No, that was short.
It was short.
Yeah, that was short.
Like basically how they been all season.
Yeah.
I ain't saying like short like all season, but like
They had they had the piece like the core, but you know it.
I got you.
Speak for him.
Understandable.
So then next we had a game. The number 1 seed, Georgia Elite, bringing in to face Georgia Smoke. This game didn't turn quite. I expected a little different from this game.
Okay.
And I gotta say, I like Georgia Elite. I love the team. I think they have a great talent. They're good athletes. And, they ended as the number 1 seed. But I've always felt like it's hard for me to say things, Angelo, because I'm gonna be hating in a minute. And the comments about to blow up once I say what I say. But I'm just the analyst like they are, on TV.
Okay.
I think in big moments, sometimes some of the players come up a little small. And I think they didn't take advantage of the players like they should have, i.e. Trey. I think he was very underutilized.
Okay.
I saw 2 plays that kind of sort of made me feel like that was about to be a wrap in that game. One was the deep pass to Rondo, where he couldn't catch up to the ball. And the other one was the deep pass where Smoke was like, hey, let us show you how to do this. And then they threw that pass and torched Kim. And I'm just saying that's what happened. We all saw it. Is it playing? Oh. And I think those 2 plays kind of sort of put a cloud over their number 1 excitement coming in. And and I think those are the type of plays that.
Hey man, who you calling the Buffalo Bills a flag, man?
What? Been wearing them. Yeah, so I think that no knock on Rondo, but given the roster that they have, that might not have been the person I would have chose to go that route with. Number 1, my top I think Trey should have been doing that. But if not Trey, most definitely Walt.
Right.
If not Walt, probably Neil. I'm not saying, I don't know. I don't think that just might not have been the right personnel in that package. And then
Well, we got the right person beside you to figure that one out.
this is just again my observations. He go,
Yeah, I
you
got
know,
you.
yeah, and then like I say on the other side. So, but then after they gave up that pass
He killed him.
to I don't even know who it was. I just know it was on Kemp. And I think, Kemp kind of sort of came down on his stuff. I saw him on the sideline, second guessing, shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and the game just did not materialize the same from there.
Okay.
So, they just let it slip away. But Smooth, you here? You can talk about that.
What happened on the touchdown in the end zone that was called back? What was that called back for, though? Was that the first half or second half? The Trey. He did a double flip. That was the first half, right?
That was the first half.
Okay.
I would say this: being the number 1 seed, obviously going 9-1. Last week of the season, what I remember the most, playing Shockwave with like 12 players. Those cats still could play, right? Tough. It's tough. I think 80% of the game is mental, and you saw the ladies on before the guys. I think that we went up 8-0, first drive, great drive. Smoke is a championship team. And I think we gave them overhand right, and they gave us an uppercut. And I think that uppercut, it was 8-3, then they threw the bomb. I think that we felt as though we had to hit a haymaker to answer. I think that's where,
y'all's was before.
Right. We scored.
No, I'm saying y'all threw the bomb to Rondo and missed it, and they came back on their first play and threw the bomb.
They did. Rondo was a good player. I think.
Yeah.
Obviously, if it would have worked, we'll be talking about a whole different conversation, right? So I get it. I mean, Trey is all that. Me and Trey talked today, actually. I also spoke to Kemp today and Stacy. They hit us, man. We gave them overhand right. They hit us with an uppercut. And I ain't gonna lie to you, we all been in a fight. And sometimes when you give somebody your best shot and they hit you right back, you're like, okay. All right, let me figure this out. I just don't think we executed offensively after that. And they kept the pressure going. They're a championship team. And we are too, but they just won the league a season ago before last one, 4-4-1. So I just think that they didn't panic. I played with Gio. He can make every throw in the game, right? They hit us, and they hit us again, and we did not respond. I know Montel feel bad about it. We got 3 MVPs on this team. Very talented group. Sometimes, though, just because you got the talent don't mean you have the chemistry to overcome the adversity. And I feel as though we did not overcome that. And the next thing you know, it's 3 minutes left in the game. We down double digits, And I just feel as though, were we prepared? Yes, we were prepared. Did we know what we were going to face? We knew what we were going to face. We played smoke a lot of times. I just feel as though we didn't respond to getting hit right back in the mouth twice after we went up 8-0. It was 8-3, then they threw the bomb and scored. I just kind of like the air got let out of the balloon. And as a coach, sometimes either you jump in and say, hey guys, lock in, or you kind of let them figure it out on their own. Everybody doesn't take hard coaching. As a coach, Angelo, you know what I'm saying. Some players you can say something to, and they'll snap right back into it. Some players, they feel down on themselves like you loaded Kemp. Kemp is an excellent corner. I've seen that do a lot of wonderful things. It happens. We didn't respond. And by the time we tried to respond, it was too late. So I would just say we locked in now. We lost that game as the number 1 seed. Just terrible loss to us. I'm still having nightmares about that game. I was high with the women game and low with the men game. And the lows in life outweigh the highs. I think we all can agree to that. So I haven't slept since. But we will be back. We did not act like a number 1 seed. We didn't carry. We had some great uniform. I think we looked probably the best in uniform. We probably did, right? No uniform. Whoever made the uniform, shout out to y'all. Thank you very much.
But since you brought that up,
Yes.
I didn't say anything, but when I saw y'all, it instantly hit my mind. The new uniform curse.
It happens. It's real.
You know, and
It's real.
I remember when
It's
DOA
real.
broke them out, and bam, that was the end of that. And
It's happening
you know,
on
I
numerous-
keep seeing the new uniform curse. So
Don't do it.
I think you got to break them in the season before you take them to the
Don't do it in
playoffs.
the playoffs.
I mean,
But-
you can say the curse. We just got to play better.
So let me.
You know, that's all that is. We grown men. We just got to do better than that.
Have you had a chance to look at the tape yet?
It's in my mind. I ain't got to look at the tape.
Okay.
I
So
replay it.
I went back and looked at it, and I saw some areas that I be thinking this a lot. I don't know your offense, so I never can say it, but I feel like when you went, do you feel like there were times where maybe Montel could have probably used his legs a little bit more to maybe sustain drives versus, you know, sometimes taking that shot and, you know, incompletion?
I've never been able to throw the ball more than 30 yards, 40 yards. So listen, if I had a big time arm like that, big time stage, everybody watching, we could have done some things different. As a coach, you're going to look at that and say, hey, Monday morning quarterback kind of thing, what could we have done differently? Obviously, we could have worked the first down, we could have worked the sticks, we could have ran, we could have released the line, we could have did some strings in there that we've done all year.
Because just like when you was here with the ladies, you talked about how you kept going for it on fourth down because you knew APOP was coming back.
Right.
So I think, you know, knowing that, again, Smoke is a championship team, and really, if they can just get in field goal range,
Yeah.
you know, betting against Wallace is not a good idea.
Right.
So maybe sometimes when you get that lead, you slow that game down by not giving them that ball back and running and getting those 6 to 7 yards every run versus missing a pass, and now you need 10 yards to get half of it.
Right.
Then you miss that second pass, then you need basically 20. So
Right. I think that's a tribute to dealing with the guys versus dealing with the ladies. There's a difference. I think as men, we played this game so we were knee high. We all been in the Pee Wee League. We've been in, you know, high school. And some of us played in college. We think we know certain things, but we got great talent on this GE team. So certain plays we know we're gonna hit on. We just feel like we just better than the defense. Could we have done things differently? Absolutely. Obviously, we lost in the first round, being the number 1 seed. So that's things, man. And now we got to deal with, of course, players questioning everything. When you win, no one questions anything. You're a genius, right? Go for it on fourth down, do these great things. But when you lose, everything becomes a question. So I think we just got to get back to practice, go over scenarios, and we'll be ready. We'll do better in Havoc. Obviously, we're playing in Havoc. The one thing I will say before the champs come on, congratulations to the champs that's here tonight. I'm a big man, Rook, go way back from when I played. You know, he a nephew to me. But I would say that we'll go back to practice, emulate the situation. We up 8-3, get first downs. If we don't score a touchdown, a field goal is just as good as a touchdown in that situation, right? And we'll analyze it. I think when you got so many weapons as a quarterback, you got Trey on one side, you got Rondo, you got Neal, you got Walt. It's like the lottery, right? So I think sometimes Montel, we got a great offensive line. So I think sometimes he gets a little bit, you know, you want it all, you know, and sometimes it come back to bite you, and it definitely came back to bite us in that game. And I hope we learn from it.
That right there, I think, is your key, is what you learn from it. You know, you got a very good talented team. And I've said it on numerous occasions to you directly and on this podcast. You know, I didn't predict you guys to come out that round simply because I felt like you are right there on the brink of that maturity level. But, you know what I mean, and you needed these kind of games in this stage. You know what I mean, number 1 seed, but the playoffs don't nobody care what seed you are. You know what I mean? That means absolutely nothing,
don't mean nothing
to a veteran, especially to a veteran team. They don't care about that junk. You know what I mean? About getting to the playoffs. And so, but you guys are the young team, you know what I mean? But they made great strides. To see, you know, Montel, to see he has matured this year. You know what I mean? He wasn't doing the blow up. You know what I mean? Everybody wasn't getting cussed out. You know what I mean? And that's a great sign, man. So, but you know, I think y'all are right there. I think you're right there, man. I really do. Y'all gonna be a threat for a minute.
So I appreciate it. Congrats to Joe World for the championship. Good luck to you guys going forward. Well deserved. It was tough. It's tough beating these teams. Listen, that pro division, my last word I'll leave you guys with is this. That pro division, you got some tough teams in there. You know, Joe World, Smoke, obviously, you know, the 404 come back, whatever they decide to do. They're a brother team to us. You know, you got Shockwave, the veteran group, who's going to give you everything they got, no matter what the score is, no matter what. They got a shot to win, as long as they got Amy's back there playing quarterback. So I think that the pro division will shape us greatly as we get ready for nationals, as the ATL. And the last I would say, guys, when we go to nationals, let's root for all the ATL teams. Because so many times, Angelo, we'll go down there, we don't root for all other ATL teams.
100%.
Bro, when we go out of town, it's ATL against everybody. Everybody. And why can't we do it? ATL ain't won nationals in the men pro division since I don't know when. I think
Young crew.
Young crew. The last how many years ago that been?
It's been a while.
So it's so much talent in the A. Let's just come together and show out for nationals. But G, we'll be back. We'll show y'all we'll be back.
That's what's up, man.
What's up?
Congratulations for the season, though, brother.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
All right. So we got some comments. Billy said, "Congratulations, Joe World." Justin said, "Wave old." Charles said, "We still ball though." Justin said, "I know." Smoke Dog said, "I know Joe World was going to bring that ring home." Smoke Dog said, "Did it for Joe."
Sir.
Definitely so. After that game, we moved over to Joe World versus Shockwave.
We need to get that.
Yes, sir.
Referring to one of the comments somebody said earlier, people, they always talk about people missing, but I know you had some people that didn't make the some they got lost between McNair and Carver. You know, there was a detour that maybe the rest of the team didn't know about, and so you know you weren't quite where you wanted to be, but you know, Joe World didn't care.
Nobody's crying for you, brother. Believe that.
You gotta capitalize whenever you can.
Hey, nobody's gonna cry for you.
You know,
man, so, you know.
That was a close game, 6-0.
Sir. Great game.
Y'all want to talk about that?
Great game.
We gonna start Rook?
From the coin toss. Wait, you want me to go?
Go, yes.
Hey, I just knew I was at the field at 8:15 in the morning watching the women play. So I felt good anyway, like going into like Sunday. So waking up, I felt good. So, you know, like watching the women win motivated me. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I feel good. Like, this all, like, it's done. You feel me? So, you know, we see Shockwave walking up. I'm like, okay, they kind of missing, folks. You know, I don't care about none of that. Hey, I don't care about none of that. They'll be, you know, they vet, so they'll get the rolling in. You feel me? So I'm like, okay, cool. See Amy pull up. I said, okay, Amy, he ain't standing up. He think he got the game sealed already. He big play. I said, okay, cool. Coin toss. They like, what y'all want? Defense. Set the tone. You know, set the tone, you know, going back and forth, getting starts left and right. But, you know, game winner. What's up, Lo? You want to talk about the game winner?
Let's talk about the game winner.
Low went on that field so fast.
Hey, look.
Hey, let's talk about the game winner.
Hey, so look, right? So, you know, they got like 9 on the field. So me, I'm already licking I'm already counting in my head. I'm like, yeah, like, hold up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, he trying to run out, hike the ball. So, you know, Lowe tried to give him a little time out of here, right? The ball was already gone. We down the field, end zone.
Backpedaling.
I'm like, doing
Wait. So we're gonna stick to the story?
Yeah.
The game over. We're gonna stick to the story?
Yeah, that's what happened. You had 9 on the field. You try to get a timeout. They ain't give it to you, to the.
They didn't give it. They didn't give it to me.
Low, did you go back and watch the film on the play?
No.
If you go back and watch the film,
Yeah, the ball was off.
it's shown.
Listen, the
It-
person was offside.
Wait.
I don't know about the outside. I wouldn't even
Yeah.
pay attention
Wait.
to that part.
So let me say this.
What do you base it on that the ball was gone when I called timeout?
I'm talking about already hype.
No, okay, already hyped when I called timeout, not when Charles called timeout. When I called timeout.
Well, why watch TV got the film set up and the view we can't see above the sideline.
Correct.
Which is why we do not allow
That's correct.
challenges for all of that stuff because
And
camera can't
that's
see
the reason why I
everything.
couldn't.
So
And also, let me say this too,
All right,
because
go
there was like a huge 10, almost 15-minute delay, and then I came over there.
Justin said, Justin, I was on the field. He thought I was playing. I was on
There is
That's funny too, Justin. That's real funny.
there is no such thing as a. You cannot challenge whether or not there was a false start. That's not a challengeable call. It should have never even been looked at on the video. That when I got over there and found out that's what y'all were talking about, I immediately stopped that because that's not a reviewable play. That's not even a judgment call. It's just a missed call.
A false start wasn't a challenge.
No, when I got on the field, they were talking about somebody showed me the video. It's like, look, they false started. I don't know what it was, but it don't take that long to challenge.
No, false start wasn't a challenge.
What was the challenge?
The challenge was the fact that my timeout wasn't. It's two things. My timeout wasn't acknowledged. Now, since let's keep it 100,000 real quick.
Okay.
When I saw we had two things, I saw we had 9 people on the field, right? I saw them trying to rush the play, right? So I immediately said, timeout on the sideline. Ball's not snapped yet. Now, when I called the referees up, I ain't gonna do all that argue with. I'm gonna go right to Ed, and Ed will tell you. I asked Ed a simple question: Did he not acknowledge my timeout? So Ed asked the ref, that little young guy. I don't know his name, but he's been bad on every game he's ever ref for us. Just saying. And he asked this guy directly, did you hear the timeout from the sideline? Was the question. He said, exact words was, to my knowledge, yes. I looked at Ed, I said, what does that mean, to my knowledge? Ed looked at me like, he's asked him again, there was a time, so then he said, was the timeout before the snap? He said, to my knowledge, yes. Ed said, so why didn't you call a timeout? He said, by the time I picked my head up, the ball was snapped. That was the response. By the time I picked my head up to blow the whistle for my timeout, the ball was snapped. That was his response. Yeah, that was his response. So then Ed said, touchdown, he called the touchdown off, told everybody to come back. Then they came off the sideline naturally, and they were blowing up. Rook, doing what Rook does, and all them guys came out. And so then they pulled off to the side again. And so now, after all the blow up happens, Ed goes back to the same ref and says, did you hear the timeout before the snap? To my knowledge, no. Boom. So I'm sitting like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I don't know why they gave us that.
So you just changed your whole story?
Okay.
Jay, you need to start taking have these refs take a
So
personality.
I didn't know all of that. So
That was the issue.
Wow.
And you can ask Ed. Because when I talked to Ed Monday, I asked Ed.
So why did he have to ask him again if he already said twice?
That was my question.
But he clarified twice.
That's the reason why I said sometimes you might have to start having your ref take a personality test. Make sure
some of
they
these
stick
refs
to
just
one
be out here
mindset.
just to get
I mean, if he said it once, that's what it is. If he said it twice, that's what it is.
But that's not. He didn't give a definite. Yes, that's what I.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this:
Undecisive.
when you guys, I guess I got the answer because you heard a whole conversation, which is why I'm very adamant about referees not having conversations in front of players. Because I don't want nobody getting intimidated. I don't want nobody feeling like, I don't know which call I need to make. You had a conversation away from the players. So there's just the three of y'all with no pressure. And then whatever come out of that conversation, that's just it.
All right.
But I just found, how did you go say yeah twice and come back and say I think I might have been out there a long time too on that one.
That's all I'm saying, man.
Okay.
He gave two completely. He changed it up. You know what I mean?
Which ref was this?
The young. I don't know buddy name, man.
Stop it on the ref, Dwayne.
This the championship game right here.
I don't think he read the game.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, the young.
But you know.
Nah, it was 5 of them up there.
And like my conversation with you before, with Ed before, you know, I'm all about integrity, man. You know what I mean? Right, wrong, or indifferent. You know what I mean? But your integrity means everything. Yeah. Your integrity means everything. You know? You don't do that junk. You know what I mean? He changed the story, man. He changed the story, and I had a problem with that junk. I still got a problem with that.
I can understand.
Don't change the story, and then
you felt like how I felt last season. Them folks challenging a flag call, like it wasn't even no flag, like again 4-4. Like I felt the same way.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I know how you feel.
But then the second part of it was, and I hadn't seen the film, but I'm going to assume that it was accurate.
Take this as an example.
No, I'm talking about the offsides. My guys are trained to rush the ball. We had a guy that was darn near 3 yards offsides. But again, if your head is down, like the ref said, but my head, why is your head down? How you say, when by the time my head came up, your head came up? How is your head down?
Yeah.
I think he went to find his whistle.
I gotta
He
go
had
watch
to
that
look
game
down
again.
and see. Even though it was hanging around his neck, he had to look down
had
and
the
make sure
whistle.
he put
Oh, they supposed to do
Wow,
a touchdown. See
okay.
that try?
And so
Oh.
we froze the thing up, and why froze it for him? And he said, "Oh man," I said, "Just show it to him." Dude, clearly offsides. Clearly offsides. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I ain't only care. Like, there was a lot of BS calls going on. Yeah, I can say
But it's
that.
unfortunate because that was the only score of the freaking game.
Yeah, the only score, the only touchdown. I'm talking about it was a good, like we ain't wanted no other way but Shockwaves and Gag. I them the only two teams that beat us during the regular season. So, like, we already, you feel me? Like, we knew we had to go through Shockwave or Predator, you feel me? But we wanted Shockwave and Gas. I was driven.
Y'all know y'all weren't gonna be Predators. I told y'all we would load the first game, but we just unloaded. Some of them didn't catch the train. Some of them didn't catch the train.
Hey, the folks started going watch the game. We gotta go kill the Falcon game.
Oh man.
So of course Joe World won that 6-0. And so then we get the championship game between Smoke and Joe World, which was a rematch
Yes.
of the game from earlier in the season. Now, this was interesting because, as I mentioned it before,
Get back as a motherfucker.
Facts.
you guys you had to play this game with a different quarterback than you started the season with.
Man,
They
shout
said we
out,
couldn't.
man.
Man, shout
And
out
so,
Bryce, man. They said we couldn't win without Bryce, man.
Exactly. Look now, his first ring too.
Yeah.
He's coming over. He's playing in the backup role. His number was called, and he kind of sort of delivered.
Yeah.
Which he did a great job. I watched that game. So playing against Smoke, when they have a kicker that can kick from probably, I would say, the second best kicker
got
in the
one,
league,
too.
behind Ash.
We got a kicker too.
First best in the league.
We got a kicker too.
Yeah, the first best.
We got a kicker too.
Oh no! I know your kicker. I
first
saw
best
him.
one.
Yeah.
But I think if we had to put it on the line, I think
I like
Ash
Alex.
might come out first.
I like Alex.
Yes.
And,
I like my kicker.
And then I think I would see
And I ain't
Wallace.
being biased.
At all.
I like my kicker.
Alex
he
is
almost had a
good.
perfect season.
Huh?
He almost had a perfect season.
Yeah. Almost.
He ain't missed
My
one
money on
until
our
championship
kicker.
game. And that because of
Yeah, me. Because of me, I was in the way. My bad, Alex.
So tell us about that game.
That game.
you gotta start with defense first.
Defense. We always we want defense first. So we sent out the defense. defense, they capitalized, then they started driving. Then they got I think they got to the 30-yard line. Then, we swapped out the D-line. And they went back 10, 15 yard back.
That was our bread and butter.
So they punted. We got the ball. No, matter of fact, yeah. We kicked it. We punted the ball. They got the ball. No, we got the ball. Yeah. Then we punted. Then they got the ball back. And then they were driving. Gio tried to go to Wallace on the comeback route. Miko jumped it. We jumped out first.
Pick six.
I
saw that.
Wallace just early in the game, Gio had just hit Wallace on the same type of the same route. Comeback, that's they bread and butter. It's coming.
That pass looked a little late because I was on the field for that.
But the thing about it,
and Miko was like,
but the thing about it, Gio, I played with Gio, played against you. Once you get Gio out here point, it's over with. So you gotta move him. If you let him set up, you dead. So he gonna pick you apart. So I had to be the vet, the leader. Had to get him out here point, and I'm a young boy, jumped it, pick six, and then we get the ball coming out halftime. Matter of fact, we get the ball going into halftime, go up 2 score. We throw a pick. Bryson, man, young, first time big game, you know how that is. Mental mistake, throw a pick. So we go halftime. Coming out halftime, we get the ball back. We drive. Then go as planned, punt. They get the ball, they drive. They score a touchdown. Cause they open up with their first drive was a bomb. They completed and Avery, he scored a little out route on front of the line of scrimmage. Boom, then they get an extra point. Then, then when they get down to the nitty gritty right here, you feel me? Then when you show where your dog is at. So, we get the ball, we driving. We punt. For some reason, we punting we just tread the defense, tread the defense, you feel me? So we punt. It a minute and 50, a minute 40. I don't even remember. I just know 3 stops. We got 2 timeouts. We get these 3 stops. We good. Cool.
Look like a Dodger last night. Walk down.
You feel me? Walk down. So if they get a first down, ball game. So we okay, cool. So shout out my D-line, Terry, Twin, Tim, them boys, we working, you feel me? We had we had a system going, you feel me? So the first play, we get on the throw incomplete pass. Second play, Terry get the sack. Third play, they try to come with the little weak ass crackback they try to throw at me. Beat it, sack. Now they for timeout. Now you got to punt. You feel me? So we get the ball back.
How much time y'all have when y'all get the ball back?
We got the ball back. We a minute and
it was under
20. Minute and 20. Okay. So we driving the first play go to Ville. First play go to Ville. Make nigga miss. Boom boom. Second play, it go to Oben. He take it 40 yards.
Man, that dip.
46 yards. He was just dipping.
That was a big play.
Yeah.
That was a big play. But that's crazy, right? They reminded me of when we was in National, when we won B with the Stray, how he had the walk-off touchdown doing the same thing. Walk-off touchdown. So I was okay, it's the feeling.
Yeah.
So, third play, we get the first down. Now it's 30-something seconds. You feel me? Now we gotta spike the ball. Boom. We spike the ball, I get on the field. I've been looking at this thing, how they been playing. They've been playing just leaving the slot uncovered. Try to play the back, man. So I'm without me and Bryson, I told Bryson, no, I said, I need a head top, I need a touchdown, you feel me? So he everybody eat. I everybody eat, but when in the clutch, You gotta find me. You feel me? Like, so same route, scene route. I'm butt naked. I'm talking about. I ran for like 20 yards, and I look back, the ball was just coming. I'm like, you gotta catch it, cause you don't, but you did.
Wow, what?
So like the whole time in my head, I'm like, I'm catching that. Boom. But I see EJ behind me. I'm like, you ain't no fatter right now. You already over there, but you closing in. You ain't gonna knock it out my hand, cause either way it gonna touch down. You feel me? So, scored the game winner. Then come back again. They get the ball back. The D line closed it out. You feel me?
Locked in.
Yeah, we locked in, closed it out. You feel me? Like, and they were like the victory. Like, it was just everybody was playing ball. Like, everybody was having fun, and
Everybody played their position.
Playing their position. You feel me? Like, some folk played the first game, then play the second game like that. Everybody knew their role. You feel me? Like, and for the one that left, hey,
well,
man.
See now.
Hey, we got one before y'all. Hey, how about that? You feel me? But,
Real on that, I say you got to understand, man. Everybody have a great season. Everybody have a horrible season.
Yeah.
Through my years of playing flag, they're probably my only horrible season I ever had.
I had that conversation earlier today with somebody about at the end of the season, team don't do what they expect, and then all of a sudden people want to go run to the other team. And I say,
a couple don't do that.
some of these people need to take a look at themselves and realize maybe it's you, not them.
Yeah.
Because running to the other team don't mean
Don't
nothing.
mean that.
Like if you're not willing to put in the work where you at,
Yeah.
how do you think you gonna go somewhere else and put in the work? And then if you and then what kills me is that when you run to the other team, you always trying to run to the team that just won the championship.
Yeah, well, hey,
they
look,
won it without you. They don't need you.
Hey, James. You know what crazy is? 2-1 was on gas too. I know they salty. Ooh. I'm talking about.
Well, I'm not talking about a particular player.
So, like you remember when Joe Word beat 4-4 in the playoff? I didn't play. I didn't play that season. Like I was just
Henry County.
Yeah, I was just coaching. You feel me? I wasn't even playing, but like that season I came and like you had folk leaving. Like I was like, why you leaving? I ain't trying to put. I'm gonna make my play regardless. I don't care about what you do or how you do it. I know I'm gonna make my play. You feel me? So I'm like, why you leave? Like Twin, Mun, them boys stayed down. You feel me? Like them boys could have been dipped like everybody else. They stayed down. Like them boys got them a ring. Them boys stayed down. You feel me? Like why keep changing team when the same shit can happen over there? You feel me? Like, you just got to stay down and build and, learn your brother. Especially you call each other your brother, you got to, like, know where his weakness and you feel me? Like, I know half of my team weak.
Like, people saying, it's Joe Word outlaw. Man, listen, them are brothers.
Yeah.
Off the field and on the field. That's why we came together at all. Mm-hmm. That's why we played together. Because we were brothers.
Yeah. Facts.
I mean, at 4-4 that was different. They didn't play. So of course players want to play, they're gonna go play somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the other teams where every season when that team lose, they want to go jump on another team and they want to go this and they want to go to that. And it's like, look at you. How many teams you done been to? If you always got to keep running the team, maybe it's you.
Yeah.
Or if you want to go run to the Joe Worlds and the 4-4s, well, they were winning before you got there. If you ain't going over there taking no starting spot, you just
making an impact.
You know what I'm saying? You just riding the wave.
Yeah, that's it.
Go and build it. Like Outsiders did this year. They rebuilt and they built.
Hey, shout out to Outsiders.
Rare form last season. They rebuilt and they got there.
Yeah.
Hopping from team to team just ain't it.
That came a long
At
way.
all. And
I agree with that.
yeah, just got to stay down, grind, get it out the mud.
That boy Steve got
feel
another
me?
ring.
Yeah. You feel me?
Yeah, I would say, man, y'all, your defensive line was definitely locked in.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all were coming like maniacs in both games.
Truckers.
You made some nice adjustments. That boy Miko is.
A dog. That man a dog.
Miko was definitely a dog, man.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
definitely crossed that category to that dog status.
Yeah, and
man.
the only thing he never been playing flat that long, and like
I mean, he makes an impact when he's
yeah,
on
he
the
definitely
field.
make an impact.
He
Like
makes an impact when he's on the field. You know, ain't no question about that. I could understand. Like I got on Amos on our team, and I didn't understand the same thing. Smoke. I like, man, if there's anybody on that field rushing, no disrespect to anybody rushing. But there's anybody else on that line and rook one of them, I don't care if you block the rest of them. If you don't block this dude,
hey, look,
I'm like, how in the world do y'all get rook a daggone sprint to? He don't get that dude no free sprint,
look,
man. That's
it was one play
crazy.
right. Look, Lo.
Miss me.
I know that. Hey, listen. When you I be saying they be, I'm a top rusher. Listen, I love all the rushers in the league, but when you don't get triple team, double team, like on the daily, like don't talk to me. These folks send 3 at me. 3. Listen, I swear to God, I started with Dwayne first. That my boy. He blocked me first. Then you got the young boy, Charles brother.
Oh yeah.
Then he come. Then Matt come. I'm like, whoa, hold up. Now he ain't even that serious. Like they sent 3 at me. Like, well, you know, that what happened when you're a dog. But then you got other dogs behind me, like Naheem, Terry.
It was the same thing that
Tim.
smoke game. I mean, it was a sprint to the quarterback. Yeah, I mean, y'all had a full sprint to the quarterback, man. So
Yeah,
the line was locked in.
You gotta get GR on his point. If you don't move him,
Gotta give him his point.
dead. Like you gonna give him too much time. Like, and that's why I say like the bomb they caught, that was kind of on the D line, cause we ain't get no pressure. Like that was the biggest throw he had all game. What was that throw?
Right.
You feel me? Like, and we didn't have no pressure. So it's like, okay, now we gotta press in every chance we get. Like, I don't care we blitz from, we seen a 1 or 2.
Right.
And 9 out of 10, we seen a 1 of them. Go with, he got to beat her. And I'm gonna be the main one to go. And I don't feel like no quarterback really can outrun me. So.
Respect, man. Joe World done pulled it out, man. Got that ship.
Yeah, first time for Joe World.
One of many.
One of many. We coming. Back in the lab,
Back in the lab, huh?
Days off.
Back in the lab Sunday, for real, team workout. Though we back on. In the zoo, crank that back up.
Back in the zoo, huh?
We taking it back to the old days, you feel me? Yeah, we back.
Y'all playing in Havoc?
We were thinking about it, but we just go take this time out, just
Capitalize from
capitalize, like prepare for national, like go for scrimmage, practice, scrimmage, team bonding, and that's all you need going to preparing for national though. Team bonding, like so you know like how your man thinking, you feel me? So that's what we on. We ain't trying to rush man. We just trying to let it fall in play. You feel me? So
Copy that. You got James? For your pro champions on here.
We just, great game, great season, a lot of adversity overcome. And so, like we just told Storm, the target's on your back now. Everybody's coming after you to see what you're going to do.
I do have something to say to you, James.
Oh, what I did.
He scored.
Look,
No,
it's nothing bad. I want to say thank you for giving them the chance because I know. I know from the attitudes and the F this and the this that. I'm like, okay, I see why he don't want y'all. But they have changed in so many ways. Like,
Listen.
it has to the point where I'm like, I'm happy, and the fact that you gave them that chance to say, okay, let me see, if you're gonna be that same team where I can't do it no more, or is this gonna be a team that I say, okay, I don't mind putting you in any leagues that I have or tournaments that I have, and they actually have changed so much. They have, looked at themselves, like you said, you gotta look at yourself and ask yourself, okay, what am I doing? What do I need to change? And I speak that to them all the time. Like, sometimes you got to take a step back and just look at yourself like, why am I so angry all the time? Or why do I do this? Why do I do that? Okay, if this is a sport you love, you got to put your all into it. You're not going to win them all. You're not going to lose them all. It's a win or lose game. You know, it's like any sport. So at the end of the day, you have to look at yourself and ask yourself, why do I do certain things? Once you figure that out, you'll play a good game. But I want to say thank you for giving that chance for them to show you, okay, we not what we was. You know, we want to play this game. We love this game. And that's about it.
That's good stuff.
I appreciate it.
Let me say real quick, James.
Okay.
And it could be just my opinion, but I think one of the best things that happened to Rook in particular was when you coached the team first, because it seemed like it gave you a different type of focus and mindset. You know what I mean? So you saw it. It's like you saw things a little bit differently. You know what I mean? So that might, tell me, that's accurate?
Yeah, very arrogant. Though I said, even when, I messed with Tomas Loco, when I started coaching them, it was like I've been playing with them, but I always played. I never sat back and watched, because I always been on the field with them. So it by me just coaching, like me, I said, I really don't care about the whole team. I care about the D-line, because they're my special. That's why I make my money. You feel me? So it just watching, I could help, all the rushers ask for pointers. I get them pointers. I don't never shy away from asking me some of my techniques. So I just sit back and tell them okay, you bullshit, you going fast, but when you get somebody touch you, slow down. Same thing. Use your dip. Use your hand. It's the same thing. Just you gotta know how to teach. You feel me? That's all the same thing. That's how I learned. KK taught me everything I know. You feel me? So it you got the knowledge, pass it down. So it though I say me coaching them the season that before I started playing with it, really money, and they trust me and put them in the right spot to win. So
Good stuff.
I just say, you're welcome, but I'll say it definitely. I saw the change, and it was I think the coaching was a buffer to the change, because there were even times during the coaching where things would happen, and first person on the team I'm looking to see, listen, I'm looking to see what he doing, and I remember one time there was a snafu, and I watched and I looked. And then after it was all over with, I went to Rick and called Wook and Will. I said, listen, I just want you to know, I watched that whole situation to see how you were going to respond. And I appreciate the way you responded, because this is the type of situation I'm looking for.
Yeah.
But it continued to happen, and I continue to see the same response, which gave me, well, maybe he does get it now.
Yeah.
And then all this season, I really just never had an issue. And, emotions is part of the game. Yes. I never look at somebody because they get emotional. They get emotional. People never saw me when I was playing, but I was hell on wheels, But Ed, Coach, they know. But, so I know the passion for the game, and I can see that. But, it's the other stuff that, I remember one time 2 years ago at Halloween Havoc, and we had a referee that decided they were going to make a call about who was allowed to play. And I ain't had nothing to do with it. And then the next thing I know, I heard somebody cursing me out from all the way across the field. When I hit him cursing somebody out all the way across the field. God. And then I was like, wow. Then later on, that person came and was like, oh, James, I just wanted to apologize because I cursed you out because I thought I was like, oh, that was for me? I ain't had nothing to do with it. But it was but again, so it's about, hopefully we can get to that point where everybody can come back under the umbrella and play. But people have to understand there's a comfortability level that I have to be with. And if you can't do what everybody else has done to show that we can be there, then I still have I have concerns that you're not really trying to, and that would go for anybody, And so, but the goal is to,
like I said, have everybody back soon.
Yeah.
And you know, the opportunity is going to be presented, and I hope it's taken because, you know, I don't have any hatred towards some of these people like people may think.
Yeah.
But I do have another business that goes along with this flag that I have to think about. You know, and your name get tarnished in these circles. It can get tarnished quick. And so you know, yeah, but you know, so you know, you guys are welcome again. And I appreciate you guys coming in and, you know, doing that what I asked. I didn't ask a lot. I didn't, you know, put you guys on Front Street and always coming at you. But, you know, I appreciate that. So
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah. So
So what you got, brother?
well, you know, we got Havoc coming up. So there will not be a pro division because we had 8 teams, half of them paid, the other half just sat out. So we unfortunately, I do, you know, feel bad that we have to scrap that division because, of course, we have a D3 division and some of those teams in that division just aren't ready to see the talent that was coming to combine.
Cause it's definitely coming.
You know, so you know, because of course New Jack had paid in full to play in that division. Smoke had registered for that division, and 4-4 were in that division. So it wouldn't be past to some of the D3 teams that really need to see D3 work so they can get ready for nationals.
Right.
This isn't the time to be experimenting.
Yeah.
You know, because you go up and see that, you might not have that team at nationals. So unfortunately, we won't have the open division, but we will have the D3 division. We'll have the 8 women's division, open and D3. We're looking at the 7-man D3 division, the 5 women contact, the 5-man contact, and we on the verge of the 5 women non-contact. So registration was extended until tomorrow. So after tomorrow, it's going to end, and what we got is what we go roll with. You know, so, you know, I don't anticipate any changes unless, you know, something happened, you know, overnight with the 8-man open.
Right.
But
Everybody
other
just
than,
decide. Doop, doop.
you know, other than that, I know YB was trying, but I still think it would take probably at least 6 teams to get that game, get that division off the ground. So, but yeah, so again, you know, get all your monies in tomorrow. Nothing I can really do for you next week. I won't even be here to talk to you. I have an appointment out in Cozumel.
An appointment.
Yes. I have an appointment out there. But yeah, so, and then of course, nationals, get registered. I think everybody, at this point, we're in the late fees for nationals. So if you missed it, they've moved into the late fees.
When y'all dropping time slots?
That won't be for a while. And let me explain this. And it's the same for nationals too. And sometimes they come out early in nationals, I side down. You can never drop time slots until everybody has paid.
Yeah.
Because if you put out time
Makes
slots
sense.
before, people are going to back out. It's
Makes
natural.
sense. Yeah.
People that are paid are going to back out. So you need to make sure that you have the most accurate time frame you can. Because if I tell you you're playing at...
No, not like
No, I'm just giving you an example. If I tell you that the block is going to start at 3 o'clock on Friday, somebody go book their flight to come in at 12 o'clock on Friday. And then if we have to move it up to 1, oh no, you told me, blah, blah, blah. And so that's why I'm very vague when it comes to giving out who playing, I don't know. Once everybody giving their money, I know. What time we playing? Just know you playing on that day.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I can tell you, because if I tell you anything else, you're going to hold me to it, and everything's going to be planned around it. You know, I put out a schedule and changed it 20 minutes later, and people swore up and down they had planned for that in them 20 minutes. They everything that was around with them 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So I don't foresee that coming out until maybe New Year's.
At best.
Maybe New Year's.
Yeah.
That's the reality.
Well, I mean, and
That's
people
perfect-
have to
preparation
remember.
It's best.
Back
Just
in
know, hey man,
when you was in
you playing in the
USFTL,
morning.
you got the schedule the night before.
You know, 8 man, you playing in the morning.
Depends on what division.
You know,
No,
Yeah.
8 man pro, you playing in
just
the
never
morning.
know. It all depends on how many teams and all of that.
You playing in the
But-
morning.
And like I say, so we were the ones that came out putting it out early.
What time you prepare for
I'll
national?
be there Wednesday.
You see how you prepare? Hey, that how you prepare for national?
Right now.
Hey, we looking for scrimmage
Facts.
every week leading up to national. We looking for work. We trying to work. Joe work. We want to work. You feel me? So anybody
And
want
if
to
you
work?
ain't took the time off
Tap in.
yet, go ahead and take it off. Don't wait until the Wednesday before and say my job didn't approve it. You didn't put it in.
Exactly.
What you meant to say?
You didn't put
2 week
it.
notice.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You didn't put it in. Stop it.
Hey, let them.
For years, man, Nationals, you didn't know what time you played
Until the night before when they
The
did
night-
the
Yeah, we had a meeting
draft.
the night before.
I used to hate
Nah, before
that.
the draft. Wasn't in the draft back then. But USFTL
Yeah.
wasn't no
You
draft.
had a-
Well, I mean, I'm
The
saying when
meetup.
they pulled it out on
Yeah,
the vote.
coaching
When we had that meetup,
That's right.
They had a
that
big
place
board.
that-
That's how
that
you
was
find
it.
out what
That's
time
when you
you
found out what
play.
time you played the night before.
Wow.
So, you know,
For real.
I'd have been there.
Or you be at Atlanta or
The little sports, little
That little
party.
sports bar by the golf club, and that's where you would get it at. It'd be on the
The
board.
night before.
Yeah, big
so-
board.
And
Yeah.
pay your little $25, you can get that little thick rule book.
Yeah, that's right.
So, but yeah, so we're gonna try to get it out as soon as we can. But again, it's all about people
How you
paying.
going there?
That's
CJ?
You know, and then you people that pay late, don't pay me at 11 o'clock Thursday and then at 7:15 on Friday with the schedule at. Well, you just pay. How can I put you on it? Like,
Oh my God.
so, but yeah, so as soon as possible, I can tell you the habit schedule ain't gonna come out until sometime mid next week, because everybody ain't paid in full yet. You know,
Right.
got a lot of deposits and a lot of paid in full, and I don't make no schedule before then because, you don't know what you're doing. So, but yeah, so that's what we got for now. I know a lot of people was asking me for Christmas cash, and I told all of them that depends on y'all.
Yeah.
If y'all pay for Christmas cash, we'll have Christmas cash. If you don't, we won't. But it'll be on, I can tell you the date. It'll be December 14th. So, but yeah, that's all we got for now, Angelo.
All right.
The spring season will be March 9th.
March.
So you got,
We back.
yeah, the spring season.
We coming back.
When other season?
What other season?
We don't play until March.
God damn. Yeah, that how it be. Yeah.
We won't never play.
Oh,
Yeah.
February.
So you
Yeah.
got-
It's our first year, James. You forgot.
Oh. Because
Denver.
listen, after nationals,
So we gotta hold on to this Joe.
people
Burrow
gonna
loss
lose
until
teams.
March.
Ah, yes, sir.
You got, but let me help you out. You got
You gotta hear her talk this shit
4, 5, 6,
till March.
9,
And next show.
10, 11, 12,
Man.
13,
Nah, I ain't gonna need count.
14, 15, 16,
You ain't gonna hear me talking about it after national
18,
anyway. I'm
19.
trying to come back and talk about national.
You have 19 Fridays until the season opener. You cannot have until next Friday to get your money in. You have 19 of them. Because, everybody always gets paid the Friday after the due date.
Technically, you said 19, so you say you got.
We actually really don't have 19. You got about 15. You
More than
should.
8 paychecks coming in.
You should.
So hey, just put. Hey,
And your
depends on
dues
how
gonna be
much-
about $50. If you can't put aside $50 between now and then, flag football should not be on your agenda.
Hello.
You can put $8 aside every other 2 weeks.
You can sell plasma and get the dues in 1 week. I'm just saying, sell it 3 times, you can pay dues and get you a uniform.
Hey man, real quick before we sign off, man. For all you old school folk, remember Maffa, man. I went to Golden Jones' birthday party, man. Golden Jones looks good, man. He said hello to all the old school folks, man. How you missed the game, man. If y'all don't know, man, Golden Jones was the organizer and commissioner of Maffa for many years.
Yeah, go.
My dad told me about him.
Yeah, Golden was the man, bruh. So, he's the reason why we still have flag football, because he came in at the right time and put together a product, man, when that jump was about to die. But shout out to him, man. There was a lot of rumors about him, but he's okay. And invited me to his birthday party, man. So it was good to see that brother. You know what I mean? So shout out to Golden Jones, man.
I got one more thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Before we leave, I need for all the teams to understand, y'all are brothers before y'all play. But when y'all play, their brothers shit is out the window. I just want to just throw that out there because y'all get so angry with each other when y'all win a game or a championship when it don't even supposed to be like that. You got to understand that this is a sport that you are playing for fun. Now, I see if you was getting paid, then you got every right, flip out and go crazy. But you got to understand, if you call these your brothers, they your brothers. When we not playing against each other, when we playing against each other, you my enemy. I got to beat you,
Period, point blank.
And that's what it's all about. It's no hard feelings when y'all win or lose. Y'all always supposed to dap each other up. Y'all always supposed to stay brothers no matter what. But if that make you stop being that person's close friend or brother, you was never close friend or brother from the beginning.
Hello.
I agree with that.
So if that makes us fall out, then guess what? We gonna fall out. But at the end of the game, I want you to understand you my brother outside it. But when we playing, it's me and you.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind. Keep playing, keep having fun, and that's what it's all about. It's about having fun. And hey, go for what you know.
There it is. Hey, man, with that being said, man, shout out to Go Ahead.
Well, we didn't get a chance to open up like we normally do, but I did have something I wanted to talk about. Elections is Tuesday. Please get out and vote.
Yeah,
but
go vote for
also,
me.
Yes.
please pay attention that you are voting and marking everything, because they're trying to disqualify a lot of ballots for voter irregularities, not completing or selecting something wrong. So please be careful and take your time completing your ballot and vote, because it's getting real. I don't know if you saw last week, Angelo, they were burning up the ballot boxes.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that.
They going crazy.
Oh,
They're
it's
trying their
serious.
best to make that person win.
And let you know how scared they are.
Yeah, so please vote.
They don't wanna see that black
and
lady
take your
now.
time when you vote.
Yeah. Agreed.
Absolutely agree.
Go
And
vote
remember,
for
like
me,
I
though.
always say, man, it's bigger than the president. It's bigger than the presidential election. It's council, city council,
Yeah.
congressmen, your senators, your house. These things are also on that ballot. So don't say, I don't want to vote for him or her. They're not the only ones on the ballot. There's some bigger things that's on that ballot that you need to vote for. So whether you care about that president or not, you should care about who's your running your city council. You should care about who's on your school board. You know what I mean? You should care about all the other things. So take the time to vote. All right. Now, sure that's it, right?
Nah, that's it.
Hey, man, once again, shout out to the Ladies of Storm for the Women's Championship. Shout out to the Outsiders for the Comp Championship.
Oh, we didn't even go
Well,
over the
well,
comp.
well, they wasn't here, nor do they represent.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
But
Shout out to the
congratulations,
Outsiders.
Outsiders, for your Comp Championship. Welcome to the big leagues. Yeah, all right, all that talking, all that undefeated through, all that stuff is out the window now. Welcome to the big leagues. So far, from what I've seen, no.
Undefeated. I thought they
Well, that's right. They lost the last game.
They
You're
didn't.
right.
They lost to
They lost
United.
last game. You're right. You're right.
They made
But,
that's crazy. Outside of that's my team though.
No, they were balling out, but
Nah, cause one of the United player, he played semi-pro with me, right? He was talking crazy. I told him like, boy, outside of step on y'all, you feel me? And they lost. So I'm like, but they got to get back though.
no, it was I was really disappointed I didn't get a chance to see the trilogy. I was looking forward to the United Outsiders
lie,
Championship.
I
I was
felt like that would've
I was
been-
so disappointed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they on the fly by night.
Fly by night. That jump was so, and I was there, and I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna get to see the trilogy. I got there early, had my seat flopped up, and fly by night. That's around not, I was like, man, what kind of? That was so disappointing, man. 'Cause that championship game was boring.
Very much.
Oh yeah, I will be coaching Outsider International.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Coaching them folks.
But yeah, but shout out to Outsiders, man, on your championship run. And once again, the Joe World. They did it for Joe.
He did.
Shout out to Joe World, man.
Yeah,
on the Pro
do it for
Division
Joe. Long
Championship.
live Joe, man.
There it is. With that being said, man, ATL Flag Football Podcast, and we're going to catch up to you.